Alright, so we have left a bunch of things inside of a bunch of things for long periods of time, whether it's leaving things in jars, leaving things in the rock tumbler, whatever. We've left a bunch of things inside of a bunch of other things. So today, we're going to be leaving things inside of a food dehydrator for 1 week. We're going to see how it affects the various types of foods that we have inside the dehydrator. Now, if you don't know what a food dehydrator is, it sounds way fancier than it really is. All it is, in reality, is just a bunch of plastic trays, and they have a hole in the middle, and then the lid is basically just like a hairdryer. Just something that provides warm air to circulate inside of the plastic trays that will then dehydrate all of the food that's inside. Sounds really fancy, it's really not. It's just a little bit of heat. It's really basically just a hairdryer, so nothing too fancy. Now, what foods will be leaving in this dehydrator for 1 week? I have this thing jam-packed full of just about everything I could think of that would fit inside the dehydrator, and I'm really curious to see how these foods will be affected after 1 week in the dehydrator. Let's take a look at what we got. First we have an entire peeled banana, and then we have a banana that I had that was going bad that I just put in here with the peel. We have 2 chunks of apple, along with 4 very thin sliced pieces of apple. And then we have just some pineapple chunks right here. And then I have thinly sliced pieces of tomato right here, 3 of them. And then I have just a chunk of tomato right here. Down to the second tray, we have all of these are all thick sliced pieces of potato. And then over here I have very thinly sliced pieces of potato. And then here we have just 2 pieces of bread. And then these last 2 trays are the exciting ones, the ones that I'm most interested in. We have just 4 pieces of bacon on this tray. And then on the bottom tray we have an entire ribeye steak. And then we have 7 pieces of chicken tender. Now these 2 trays are the ones that I'm the most excited for. I'm really excited for the ribeye steak because I don't know what's going to happen at all. I'm curious to see if maybe it's just going to like turn it into a giant piece of beef jerky, or is it going to just like kind of rot in here because of the heat, because there's not going to be enough heat to dehydrate it fast enough. Nobody knows what's going to happen. So let's get this thing put back together and let's get this thing dehydrating. As you can see, like I said, just basically a hairdryer. So I'll see you guys in 7 days. All right, it has not been a week, but I did want to do a 24-hour checkup just to see how everything's going after 24 hours. And first of all, I can tell you that this entire garage, out of everything that's in here, the 2 overwhelming smells that I'm smelling from this thing, for whatever reason, it doesn't make any sense, bacon and banana. And I don't know why. I don't smell anything else. The whole garage just smells like bacon and banana. So let's open this thing up. Let's see how everything's doing. Ooh. Everything is very dry, as you would expect from a dehydrator. The pineapple has been like literally shriveled to nothing. The apple is also basically nothing. The tomato, I don't even want to touch it because I don't want to break it. It looks so shriveled up, it looks like it's almost non-existent. This looks horrible. Oh, it's still kind of squishy too. Let's see here. The banana, all of it still, same thing. Very dry, but still has a little bit of give to it, just a little bit squishy. I'm sure after the end of the week that'll probably be hard as a rock, hopefully. Ooh, the banana with the peel on it obviously has turned completely brown, and it is extremely squishy. I'm sure that is going to be awesome on the inside. Oh wow, the potatoes? Is that mold on the potatoes? It sure does look like it. Why would the potatoes be growing mold in a dehydrator? I thought the main thing that caused mold was moisture. That might not be mold. I'm 99% sure it is. That's very strange. I would like an explanation for that. The pieces of bread. Oh wow. It's like a crouton. So the pieces of bread are hard, as you would expect. They have absolutely no moisture left in them. I'm sure those will just continue to get even harder as the week goes on. Oh, the bacon. That looks like it's actually pretty dry. That looks like a dog treat almost. Oh, the chicken and the steak. All the chicken looks about the same. Oh wow, the chicken is. Wow, look at that. The chicken is like already dried out to the max. Like it's like almost like a piece of beef jerky. The steak has a nice big puddle of grease. Let's just go ahead and dump that. Oh. Oh wow, the steak is actually pretty hot. It almost just looks like a normal cooked steak. It smells good, nothing too crazy. It looks like it's just been grilled almost. All right, so far for 24 hours, it seems like we got some pretty interesting results going. I'm gonna get this thing back to dehydrating, and I'll see you in a week. All right guys, it has officially been 1 week since we put all of the food in the dehydrator, but before we dig into this, I need to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Ridge Wallet. I'm sure that most of you guys are probably carrying around wallets that look like this. They're old, they're big, they're bulky, and they're outdated. So take that wallet to the side. That is where Ridge Wallet comes in. The Ridge Wallet is very sleek and durable. It's the size of a credit card. It holds 12 credit cards. The cards slide in and out super easy, just like that. It also has a money clip on the back to hold your cash. The Ridge Wallet comes in over 30 different styles. It has over 30,000 5-star reviews. It also has a lifetime warranty, so you can buy this one wallet and carry it for life. And if you're on the fence whether or not you want to buy one of these wallets, you can actually buy one of these wallets and test drive it for 45 days. And if you don't like it, you can send it back and get a full refund. So I highly recommend this wallet. If you're interested in one, you can click the link in the top of my description. And if you use code TylerTube at checkout, you get 10% off. I will tell you before we get into this thing, I think after the 24 hours, I think it said that it smelled like banana and bacon. The banana has kind of gone away, and whenever I came into the garage, the whole garage it actually smelled good. It smelled like, I don't know how to describe it, just kind of like a bland kind of beef jerky smell. But nothing really overpowering, but it actually smelled pretty good. So let's open this thing, see what's going on inside of here. It actually doesn't look a whole lot different than the 24 hours. I'm sure this is the pineapple. Yeah, the pineapple is just, everything is probably just gonna be completely dried to a crisp. Here's a piece of the apple. Oh yeah, this breaks just like a potato chip. Let's see. The tomato, it's just breaks up almost like pepper flakes. You can just crumble it down to nothing. Let's look at the banana. See if this banana is like just rock hard. It is, I can feel it. The banana is just it's almost like if you took a banana and you took it out of like a freeze-dry pack or something. Wow. It's actually really hard to break. Regardless of what it looks like, how bad it looks, it still has a really good banana smell. It kind of just smells like a banana chip. Impressive. That is hard to break. Let's cut over to the apple. I bet it's gonna be the same way. Oh, the apple is not real brittle like that, but obviously still very, very, very dry. The inside just looks so weird, and especially this outside. It just looks like it looks like old wrinkly skin. That's what it looks like. As gross as that is. So everything's pretty much what you would expect, just super dry and brittle. Let's go to this part of this banana. Oh, this one's not brittle. This one's still squishy. I thought that was gonna smell bad. It actually doesn't, surprisingly. Let's cut that open and see what's inside there. Slice this skin open. Ugh. I don't know how to describe the smell. Oh wow. Really old banana. That's all it looks like. And as you open it up, the kind of it wasn't like a good smell, but it wasn't bad either. As you open it up, it kind of gets worse. I'm done with that. Now, these potatoes, I'm pretty sure that they're molding, or they have mold on them. But they're all, oh, these are gonna be, yeah. They're all just completely dried to almost like potato chips, but with mold on them. which is really disgusting. Nothing crazy. The thin ones are pretty much the exact same. The pieces of bread, oh, the bread is like incredibly brittle. Like you can just crumble it up into nothing. Which that's pretty much exactly what I expected out of the bread, for it to just be extremely dry and brittle. But it's crazy kind of seeing bread like this. Let's move on to the next one, the bacon. Oh, the bacon's not really... Oh yeah, it is. I didn't think it was going to be brittle. I thought maybe it was just going to be kind of like beef jerky, just kind of like tough. I mean, it breaks easy. It's just not it doesn't have like a snap to it. It just kind of easily separates. If you bend it, it just slowly separates. It doesn't really have as much of a smell to it at all. It barely has a little bit of a smell to it. It has a very, 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 very faint bacon smell. Other than that, it's just like a dried piece of bacon. Now we're on to our last tray, the chicken breast and the steak. We're gonna look at the chicken breast first. The chicken breast just looks like, honestly, it just looks crazy. How it's like all like, I don't even know what it is exactly, how it's like moving around, and you can see like all these grooves where it looks like where all the moisture was kind of like sucked out of it. You can see, I guess, like all the muscles or whatever it is running through the chicken. That's crazy how you can see all that. Let's take this one, kind of break it open, see if it's real. Oh yeah, it's like, whenever you break it open, it's almost like styrofoam. This smells like fried chicken. It's not very strong. It's a super, super, super faint smell. No, just like, if you just smell just this, it doesn't smell like anything. But whenever you crack it open, the inside legitimately smells just like fried chicken. That is crazy. Why? I don't understand why that would do that. Having all this stuff mixed together, like especially maybe the bacon and the steak, all that, I guess, smell mixing together, maybe it, like, I don't know the science behind it, maybe it got saved in the chicken and that's why it kind of smells like, because it kind of has a little bit of a bacon smell, kind of. But to me, it smells like fried chicken. I would have never guessed that. Not in a million years. Now, my personal favorite, let's check out the steak. The steak is literally... It literally just looks like a giant piece of beef jerky. Except for it looks like it still has blood on the inside. Yeah, it legitimately... And it smells really, really good. You would think that a steak that had been basically sitting in a box with a hairdryer for a week, you would think that it would smell bad, but it doesn't. It actually smells really, really good. It just smells like a cooked steak. Is all. It doesn't. There's not even a trace of any bad smell or rotten smell or anything. It's all just. It smells 100% good. I don't know why it smells so good, but it really does. Yeah, you can see that it's still, I guess, bloody or whatever. Wow, and the more I kind of break this thing open and break it apart, yeah, the more you break it open, the better it smells. It honestly just keeps smelling better and better. That is amazing. I would have never guessed that a steak left in the dehydrator for a week would actually smell decent. I would have thought that it would like, I either figured that it would smell pretty much kind of like nothing since all the moisture was getting sucked out, or that it would just have kind of like a slight kind of just rotten smell to it where it had been sitting out for a week. But no, it actually smells good. Chicken smells good. The bacon smells good. This is actually a lot better than I expected. I was thinking that like there was going to be a ton of bad smells and this was going to be like another one of the jar videos I do where everything was just horrible and smelled bad. But no, it's all pretty good. And whenever you leave food in a dehydrator for a week, pretty much what you would expect to happen, happens. All the moisture gets removed and it just becomes extremely brittle. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If there's anything else that you want to see me leave in a food dehydrator, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.